Okay, so I got an email today from Big Fish, love them, and they were like, do you want to try Fetch before it comes out? And since I do betas, I was like, heck yes. And while we're waiting, I think we'll do a little bit of Big Fish Casino. Big Fish, in case you haven't been there, is an online game store. You can get it on your tab, you can get it on your computer. As far as point and click goes, it's the best that there is. You can play a whole lot of adventure games on there. They have free trials and stuff like that. And it's really awesome because it works really well with a tablet interface. So if you're bored at work, or, you know, I mean, you're on your break, and you just kind of want a game to mess around with for a while, Big Fish is a great place to go on your browser, and you can actually download through their app store. So, let's see what's going on here. We got slots, we got Texas Hold'em. In a lot of my videos, I think I complain at you that you might not. Monaco. Let's go to Monaco. Oh crap, how do I get chips? I bet you have to buy. Yeah. Okay. What can I afford here? Atlantic City, apparently. I'm hating on Atlantic City. I need to go to Monaco because that's where I want to go. Okay. So, if you don't know the rules of Hold'em, there's the flop, the turn, and the river. So that's how the cards are dealt out. You get 2 cards in your pocket, nobody can see them. The first 3 cards that are dealt makes your first, hand that you and all the other players can put together. The turn and the river. Winner takes all. So you play all the way through until the end or until everyone folds, as you can kind of see going on here. What I'm doing is waiting for... Oh, I'm fetching and mailing this. What I'm doing is waiting for the hand to end, because when you buy in, you just sit down at the table and put your chips down. And then you wait for the hand to close, and then you go ahead and you deal in the next hand. Big blind and little blind is what, because everyone has to ante at least twice. So somebody anteed 20 and somebody anteed 10. I'm gonna go ahead and fold because I kind of have crap here. Jack 3 is a horrible combo, especially when they're not suited. Suited could get you a flush. If they're in order, you can get a straight. Both of those are great hands, but you don't really drive for them. You just kind of let the flop happen and see what are the odds. I just love it when somebody forces my hand like that. I would have had a pair of jacks, which is good but not great. You never know what the 2 cards that the other people have, and right now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 other players. So there's decent odds that somebody else has a pair. There's okay odds that somebody else has a high pair. I stood probably like 30% chance of winning it as of right now. And I'm probably going to stay roughly those odds. Oh no, I'm good. Although I do celebrate the winter solstice. I think today. Apparently I don't celebrate hard enough. That's actually originally where Yule came from. Okay. So I'm basically waiting for them to go through. That was the turn. That's the 5 of clubs. So they're going to go through and figure out their odds. You can also try and play the players. Certain players will always bet heavy. Certain players will bet light. I prefer to play... I would have won that with 2 pair. I prefer to play face-to-face because in Texas Hold'em, you actually also play the person, and that's why I like it. It's very psychological. So for instance, if there's drinks, then I can pretend to be drunker than I am. And since I'm a chick, I can usually get a guy to bet. So every strength is a weakness whenever you're playing psychologically. When you're playing poker, everything is fair except for being out and out rude. See, she had pocket, or he had pocket queens, so I would have taken it for the 2 pair, but not off the drop. 5-2 suited is pretty good. I like to play low cards, because, let me see here. I have 390. I like to play low cards because nobody expects you to. Almost nobody plays a low card pocket, because anybody who has high cards off the drop automatically wins. But the thing is with Hold'em, a lot of people fold out, so why not stay in at least through the flop? Unless you're a real short stack, which I am, it means you don't have a lot of chips. Then you just kind of stay in to see the hand. And I wasn't really paying attention, and somebody went all in, so this is going to be a pretty hefty hand. I got a chance at a flush. I've got a pair of fives. I'm on camera, so I gotta remind myself I'm gonna tend to bet heavier and I shouldn't do that. If you can check all around, you always have to bet to get in on the flop, which you really should as long as the betting doesn't get too high, because always play it. You never know what's gonna flop. Still have a chance at a flop. If everyone else is checking, just check. You know, especially if you're new or if you have like an uncertain hand. If somebody probably has something out of this, you know, I mean, if somebody had a pair, I think they would have bet by now, but I don't think I can get anyone to bow out, so I'm just going to check. Somebody in here is going to bet to try and scare people off the pot, and I'll probably fold out at that point because I don't have my flush. So I don't have a sure thing, and I'm a short stack. Don't do it! Oh, you got a straight. I can't believe you didn't bet on that. If I were him, I'd have tried to push it, but at least on the last hand, if you're going to win anyways, you know what I mean? Jack 10's alright. I guess, you know, I'll call in as long as it's like 20. I got like 300 left, I think. Yeah, 280. Might as well see the flop. So, the only time it gets annoying is when people go nuts on the bidding. That's when you're in with like really good poker players, and you should probably ease up and fold a little bit more. Kind of meet yourself halfway as far as it goes. See how he raised it to 40. So he's got something going on, or he thinks he can scare people off the pot. I'm gonna go ahead and fold because I think this is gonna go round again. Like, I think they're gonna get into a bidding war because odds are one of them, if they went in, has something in their pocket that goes. Like, they have king, queen, they have, you know, suited high cards, they have a pair, something like that. And we're waiting. I can't believe we folded out. You never fold out on a check. It's like saying you're a newbie. Which reminds me of like the painting with the dogs playing cards. Except for SA with his glasses. He's betting real hard. So, you know, I want to see his cards. I don't think the other guy wants to see his cards so bad that he'll bet on them, although he has a huge stack. Hmm. 10-7. Hard. Some people are like that. They're just bruisers and they go in and they try and run the table. Whatever it is, I'm going to call it. Oh, I got Jack 2. Not suited, but whatever. If it's 20, I'll call it. I can stand to lose 20 off the drop. It's always worth it to see if I can get it on flop. The odds are always with you if you call the big blind only. Always try and call the big blind only, no matter what your cards are. If people start going crazy betting, just fold out. If they don't start crazy going betting, then whatever you have in your hand might match up to what's there, and if it's weird, then all of a sudden you have a hand and nobody else does. Oh, you're trying to fill an inside straight. Hopefully I can just check. Never try and fill an inside straight. The odds are hugely against it. But I mean, if they're just going to give it to me, I'm going to do it, so. Okay, so he's going to raise 50. I'm going to fold out. I don't really have anything here. I don't have a chance of flush. I don't have a chance of straight. Not really. I don't have much in the way of a chance at pair. I mean, when am I going to get a pair of jacks? And somebody has a chance to have a pair of kings and queens, so it would just be ridiculous for me to stay in this hand. And we've got thinkers, which means that there aren't necessarily AIs at the table. In some casinos online, they'll have AIs at the table to kind of keep things going, or you have your speed betters, which are the kind of equal and opposite of your bulldogs, which is what the guy who folded out here, that or he moved to there. Yeah, he moved over to the side of the table. That's what he does, is he bets hard. Well, speed betters will bet fast, and they'll try and keep you betting fast too. It's another tactic, and like I said, it's kind of all fair, although you're going to run into a little thing where, like, people start to play you, and that's fine too. I mean, if you're going to play that way, then you're going to get played. So, you know, somebody might slow up the table at a particular time when they notice that you have a tell that goes off. somebody might, you know, bet real hard again. And okay, so we might as well call it because we're in for 20. We'll play another round or two and just see if I can get a win out of it. No big deal. So what are we up to? We're still on 6 players. 6 players is kind of bad when you don't have a lot of cash because you're going to have one big stack at the table. They can stay in for every hand. You have the potential to make money. Most people are around my cash amount, so that's good. But I'm getting crap for hands here, so like I said, they'll always stay in for the flop if you can. It's worth losing the 20 bucks every time because you can lose the 20 bucks 20 times. And you can hit that one pot, it gets you back up to, you know, just slightly over what you were, and from there you build because somewhere in there you are going to get a hand that'll beat, like, literally everybody. So, I'm going to go ahead and call. Is anybody in? We're called for 20. Got an ace. I mostly just want to see what the turn is. Okay, I should have folded. The other thing that you should do, especially because I'm pretty sure I'm just gonna lose all my money, and it's fake money, you'll get the hang of it if you do this, is fold at odd times and bet at odd times. Because like I said, the number one thing that people are gonna be doing is seeing whether or not share a free round with everybody. Sure. Apparently we're all getting drunk. The thing of it is you want to pay attention to how somebody bets, and if you just go out on a turn, they're going to be like, oh, okay, well, odds are they had, etc., and kind of mark that down. That's not the case with me, you know, like sometimes if I know I'm going to lose, I'll just like bet slightly erratically, very slightly erratically, so that people that I play with again, you know, if I re-up into a table or if I run into them again, will then be like, oh, okay, you know, this is, you know, she's playing the odds, and just assume, in fact, my betting is all slightly off. It also throws them off if they're at all good at counting cards or anything like that, which is like way up in the, you know, I play poker world, but always call my 20. Give us a win. I'm on camera. I think I'll name my character Bob. Bob is not a very good card player. But folding out or betting hard at odd times is a good thing. When you're playing poker, especially when somebody can see, you know, your cards, if you flip them afterwards or if they see them on the table. I have crap again, so I'm probably just going to fold out unless everyone checks. But it really throws people off, and getting people to tilt is a #1 way to get things done in poker. Tilting came from pinball machines. It's when you punch the side of the pinball machine and the whole thing lit up, and then you know, it shut down the game because that's how you were trying to get the ball to go in the hole. But it works with people too. Sometimes when a poker player, even a pro, and you can see this on TV, when they either wind up totally winning or totally losing when they didn't think they should have, they'll start betting really hard or not at all instead of being balanced. You actually saw me do that a little bit earlier, and the way that I balanced out of that was I stayed in for one extra turn and then I folded, which screwed up how anybody would read my cards. So it's kind of like a bluff in a way with how you bet. So let me see what kind of cash I'm down to. I'm down to 200. 200. Big bucks, no whammies. Kind of stinks when you're folded out. I always bring a drink even when I'm going online. This is a Dennis Daly mug. Huge fan. I love what he does. I let my kid watch him. He mostly does Roblox and things like that. So anybody who's watching this, unless they have a child that they need to park in front of YouTube, is probably not going to go over there, but here's to it. God, I can't get a hand to save my life. Alright. It's okay, you just keep calling. Poker is kind of a slow game. So like I said, usually I bring a drink, or sometimes I'll get up in between hands and whatnot, although it's rude to do that while you're at a table. Just as far as when I run out of chips. I'll generally go in for like one table and that's it. What do I got? I got nothing. I got a chance at a flush. I got a chance at a straight. Not a good one. Obviously, I have a chance at a pair. You always have a chance at a pair. I'm betting kind of conservatively right now, just because. I mean, I happen to know most of the odds just ballpark. I don't have them memorized, but you know, with jacks, you can't do a lot. If I had like king queen, it's pretty good. Any high cards, high suited cards, and I'm really just not getting that kind of thing. And then there's, like I said, 6 of them. The odds of them getting something are pretty darn good. So it is what it is. Alright, there goes my straight out the window. There goes my flush. The most I can hope for is a pair, but everybody's checking, so you know, whoever has an ace at this point is getting it. Or the low pair, whatever it is. Bulldog is probably, I keep calling him Bulldog, he's probably going to bet because he's going to try and, it's called stealing the pot. It's whether or not you have it, you're going to bet because that's going to get you the money as long as people don't call you on it. So if he has something, he'll bet. If he has nothing, he might bet. I don't bet like that. You're not, like, you have to sit there and wait for the hand to go through and you're not actually physically present. So people are actually more likely to bet against you when you're betting online. So not a horrible tactic, but not exactly polite either. So somewhere in here somebody's going to take him. It's just the way that the world works. People are looking for miracles, not finding them. Full house. Alright. Ace 8 is okay. I have a high card. They're not suited. This is not my day. Okay, so we might as well, let's check. Yeah, ruin my 20. Okay, so I have the chance at a straight, the chance at a low straight, so I can get a 2, I can get a 6 and a 7, I can get a pair out of my aces, which is always good. There's no chance of a flush. I really like, I mean, obviously everyone really likes the hands where, like, you know you've got it. I'm not calling 90 on this. This is not happening for me. Basically, I'm just whittling away my chips here. On the upside, you're kind of getting a feel, if you haven't already, for how the table plays. You know, we've got our, he's a big stack he can afford to be. Bulldog tapped out, not shocking. He's playing against 2 big stacks now. Those are going to be the people who can run the table if they want to because they can go in on every single hand. That's why I always play the flop. It's the closest that you can get to acting like a big stack when you're not one, so you can take the vast majority of the odds. You can't stay in on the turn, you know, JIC, you get a great hand. You can't stay in on the, you know, or excuse me, the flop and the turn just in case you pull out your great hand, but you can always get in on that first round, which really raises your odds of actually, you know, winning the game. So I'm in a good position. I have a pair. I think I'm just going to run with this hand. I'm getting down to 140. It's where you kind of got to take a gamble. From there, you just kind of fritter things away. So might as well see if I can steal the pot. I'll just bet 20 and see what people have. This would be a bad point to back off. I actually probably should have bet more, simply because it would be a bad point to back off. I probably should have bet like 60 or so. But if I had something more, that would have been a better bet. It's how you draw more money in. But I went with 20. I didn't feel like messing with the interface, and this is a new game for me, so I'm lazy. I'm alright with it. Oh, let's see. They both checked. I'll go ahead and bet, and maybe I can draw some more money in. We'll make it 40, just so they think that I have something good. I'm betting more now. Maybe I got something off of the turn. Oh, it's flop turn river. They folded out. Okay, they'll just take the pot. Okay, he went for it, but he's a big stack, so I'm staying in. Oh, and I got my 2 pair. Awesome. So, I'll bet hard here. Might as well bet the rest of it. Okay, so for those of you who are wondering, I did take the hand. After that, I did leave the table, which is a little bit rude. You're supposed to, give them a chance to win their money back, but I was just basically doing a very short promo. So, and we are on and on to the next one. So if you want to stay tuned, over on my MST3K series, I'm going to go do fetch. So thank you for watching, Manjindra. Drop me a like or subscribe. I'm also at badfantasyrx blogspot.com. And as always, much love.